Are you serious? Are you serious? I got a migraine in the membrane. I mean, seriously, get some coffee right now. I can't deal with this. That's right, the first ever AI preacher, and he's from the land of the Illuminati. Let me get some coffee. Everybody just gulp it down. Okay. You're going to need it, guys. You're going to need it. Wait till you hear this. Unbelievable. Are you serious? First of all, let me just say quickly, Americans' motivation for fitness has never been higher than this summer. A shocking 42% of the Americans have stated they want to have a beach body. What? No. Many of whom are switching to a keto diet to reach these health goals. Now, to help reach these goals, I'm going to highly recommend you try this, guys. The amazing keto powder. It is one of the most popular keto supplements on the market because it helps give you benefits of elevated ketones even without following a highly restrictive keto diet, which means you don't have to eliminate carbs. It's specifically formulated to help boost the metabolism, control your appetite, and tighten the energy levels. Try it today. Receive 51% off. Simply go to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. All right. So here's the deal. First ever AI preacher. Chatbox GPT. Hundreds of people packed a Lutheran church in Bavaria, the home of the Illuminati. Let me tell you about that. Matter of fact, the artificial intelligence chat box asked the believers in a fully packed St. Paul's church in the Bavarian town of Thur to rise from the pews and to praise the Lord. The chat box GPT, personified by an avatar of a bearded black man on a huge screen above the altar, then began preaching to the more than 300 people who had shown up on Friday morning for an experimental Lutheran church service almost entirely generated by AI. Dear friends, it's an honor for me to stand here and preach to you as the first artificial intelligence at this year's convention of the Protestants in Germany, the avatar said, with an expressionist face and monotone voice. The 40-minute service, including the sermon, prayers, and music, was created by Chat GPT. Unbelievable. And so the people went, there's 300 people there, packed house at this Lutheran church in the land of the Illuminati. Yes, the AI church service was one of hundreds of events at this Protestant convention going on in the Bavarian towns of Nuremberg and Thur. So let's hold on a minute. You say, Pastor Begley, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. No, but listen, when you let AI dictate what we're going to learn, what we're going to say, people will start putting their trust in AI above one another. Matter of fact, as you guys have heard me preach before, most people, when they're having a problem, they don't go to God, they go to Google. People have more faith in Google for the answer than God. Let me say that again. Most people have more faith in Google than they do God. Now, this will also lead you right into the book of Revelation when it starts talking about the image of the beast, how that this image can both speak and cause as many as should be put to death, those that refuse to take the mark. So you won't have a human being making the decision who lives and who dies and who gets a chance to sell their soul to the devil. You'll let AI do it. You'll let the false prophet, and maybe the false prophet is an artificial intelligence calling fire down from out of heaven. But certainly the image of this beast will be some type of AI generated image that's going to make the decisions over man. Now you've went full circle with transhumanism, because you've completely turned over now your soul to the artificial intelligence. In the first place, it's amazing to me, is the first time this has ever happened in the history of the world is in Bavaria, which is the home of the Illuminati. Matter of fact, let me just share that with you a little bit. Some of you may not even known this, where the Illuminati came from. The secret society of the Illuminati was started really in Germany, in Bavaria. And it's quite interesting. It took place. It happened in the 18th century, back in the year 1776, the same year the United States was founded as a nation. And the guy who started it was Adam Weishaupt, a professor in ecclesiastical law at a Catholic-controlled university there in Bavaria. But in 1784, a scandal then broke, after which it was revealed that a secret organization had infiltrated the highest echelons of the Bavarian power. And Adam Weishaupt was at the heart of this conspiracy. This young professor was forced to flee Bavaria, settling in a small town in Germany, where he lived in exile until the protection of a local duke. But when Weishaupt formed his Illuminati reading group 8 years earlier, in 1776, he could little have predicted that the Illuminati would spread across the German-speaking world and then come crashing down amidst such a scandal. The Illuminati managed to recruit quite a large number of very influential men, princes and counselors and high-ranking bureaucrats and university professors and other scholars and educators and writers and intellectuals. Matter of fact, this was the cream of the crop of the higher echelon of society. We're all joining this Illuminati group with visions of a new world order. The Illuminati. So in the land of the Illuminati, and I'm not saying the Illuminati society caused the first AI preacher to show up. I'm just saying it happened there. And that's interesting, because sometimes when you start studying where things happen, you start finding out that sometimes there's portals. And we have researched this historically. For instance, Davos, Switzerland. I mean, we know that in Geneva, in that area, that there was a lot of pagan worship went on. Folks, even CERN is there. The World Health Organization's there. The World Trade Organization's there. The World Economic Forum is there. There's over 33 global initiative agencies, all under the umbrella of the United Nations, including CERN, are all in the same area there in Geneva, Switzerland. When you study Geneva, Switzerland, you start finding out that there was a lot of pagan worship went on there. Matter of fact, even the golden calf that was used for the killing of the Archbishop of Pergamus of the seven churches of Asia, Antipas, was actually scalded to death inside a golden calf on the altar there in Geneva, Switzerland, many 2,000 years ago. So you're dealing with a portal of some sort there. Well, if there's a portal there, there's portals in other parts of the world. We have found that to be so true. Study the monolithic archaeological finds in Peru, among the Peruvians. We've found it over in other parts of the world where the Aztec Indians were, or the Mayans. We have found this with the giants in other parts of the world, whether it be in Europe or even here in America. across the globe. And so this Bavaria is a very strange place. It's a large area, really. Bavaria is a large state in Germany. And Nuremberg is where the Nuremberg trials went on. And we know there was a lot that took place even during Nazi Germany's rise to power from that area. So keeping that all in mind, isn't it interesting that in the land of the Illuminati, the first AI generated preacher spoke before 300 people? Will they believe the AI? And if they do start believing the AI preacher over God's called preachers, then what happens when they start changing the message and leading people down a path? And they will, and believe me, it will do it. I promise you they will do it. And they'll do it at a more accelerated rate than humanity is doing it, than us mortals, our mere mortals like me. They will convince the populace that this artificial intelligence theologian has the true answers to life, the true answers for immortality, the true answers for a higher consciousness with God. And they may even convince you who God is or who they believe God is. We don't know where that will lead, but it certainly looks to me like it leads us right toward the mark of the beast, convincing multitudes. Because you just know this first AI preacher is not the last. You just know it's getting ready to spread across the world. And just like AI newscasters and AI actors and AI doctors and AI lawyers and AI everything, the media controlled by AI already. Now the church, are we going to turn the pulpits? Have we started to turn the pulpits over to AI? Oh my. Dear God, help us. We're coming to the end. Jesus said it. The Bible even says in the last days they will worship the creature more than the creator. Give your life to Jesus Christ. It's almost over.